Happy Thursday, guys. Leanne here. So today I wanted to talk about my philosophy as a health and wellness coach, a personal trainer, why I don't often use that title personal trainer, and my 3M method. So to me, when I started out, I am a personal trainer, and over the years that I've been training clients, my training philosophy has really evolved, and I feel that using the title personal trainer kind of just sort of like really hones in on the whole exercise, physical activity part of someone's wellness. And it's my experience, I have over 20 years experience in the fitness industry, that when I get clients, exercise is a very small component of the bigger picture, and that they really need a three-pronged approach to living a healthy and sustainable lifestyle that is not extreme and that is very balanced, that is easy to implement, and that is forever lasting. And so over the years, I've really been working on my methods and my programming, and I have developed the 3M method. First M is mindfulness, second M is movement, and the third M is moderation. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that for the next several days, just giving you tips for each of the M's on how you can start your own 3M method today, right out of the comfort of your home. So why the need for this? Why the need for a three-pronged approach? Well, as I first started off as just like a gym trainer and just training clients on the fitness aspect, they would really hit it hard when they worked with me, but they would tend to kind of fall off the wagon, so to speak, on the not days that I didn't see them. And everybody knows personal training one-on-one is very expensive, so not a lot of people have the ability to see a personal trainer more than 1 or 2 times a week, which leaves about 5 to 6 days a week to their own devices. And that's where I kept running up into sort of a wall, because clients weren't really armed with enough information during one session, nor the healthy habit building that can happen in one session, to really carry on these healthy habits for the rest of the week. I also started to get a lot of female clients over the age of 35, and they were really on the fringes in terms of exhausted and frustrated because they have yo-yo dieted their whole life. They would lose a bunch of weight on a diet, and then they would regain the weight, and then they would get on another diet and they would regain the weight. They were always trying the new fad diet, the new best thing, and they would get results in that short term, but when they returned back to normal eating habits, normal lifestyle behavior, or when things got in the way in terms of either work, stress, relationships, kids, illness, injury, unfortunately death, this also threw a wrench. And so that is why I felt very passionate about, when I work with somebody, it has to really give, I want to give them all the necessary tools to succeed. And I don't want them to have to depend on me at the end of the day. When you work with me, I want to help you get started. I want to help you get on a sustainable habit formed program that you feel like clockwork, you got it down. And that when you work with me, or you continue to work with me, even though you have it, it's a nicety. It's like a treat for you to have me work with you, but it's not necessary. You don't feel attached. You don't feel like, oh my God, I can't do it without Leanne. That is not my goal as a coach. I want to empower you to kind of do the thing on your own eventually and give you all the tools. So that is why when I really looked at the big picture of someone's health, even my own battles and journeys with weight obsession and food obsession, and not so much, I'm not a binger, I'm more of an extreme restrictor, and burn calories through exercise. There's a word for that, maybe exercise orthorexia or something like that. But so I did, and I did tons of exercise to kind of control my weight. That was my kind of thing. And then over the years, I've been slowly, I'm human just like you, slowly working on that, because at a certain point you just kind of keep spinning your wheels, and like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. And after a few life situations happened, and I'm like, really, what am I doing all this shit for? It was really like I kind of lost the focus, or the obsession burnt out a little bit for me through life situations, so to speak. So then not only that, another facet is in dealing with clients, especially my female clients, there's a lot of stressors that come into play. Women taking charge in their careers, starting new families, just getting married, or having young children, or now even having their young children leave the house, empty nesters. All of these different life changes came with different stressors. And when you will have all this noise in your head and all this energy that you're spent on all these things that are going on in your head, that is limited energy as well that you have toward other things, such as exercise or such as eating well. So that was where I was stuck. I was like, what kind of programming can I do to really help a client in this real, well-rounded, holistic approach that takes care of the outside of their body, takes care of the inside of their head, and also helps with what they're nourishing their body in terms of food. And so that's where I came up with the 3M method. The first M is mindfulness. And my mindfulness programming is just getting you to focus on being aware of what you're sensing and feeling in the present moment, without judgment, okay? It's just determining your why. Why do you feel this way, and why do you want to do these things? I work a lot with my clients on first establishing that foundational mindfulness on why do they want to do the thing. The second M is movement. Now, movement is sort of like the physical activity, exercise, but a lot of people have this mental block when it comes to exercise in terms of they have to exercise because they have to reach a certain weight. And when it becomes a have to, it becomes a chore, and it gets really monotonous. And sometimes even people rebel because when they're told they have to do something, they don't do it. They don't want to do it even more. So I try to switch the mindset shift for clients in terms of have to exercise, and what kind of mindful movement can we include into your programming that will make you excited and passionate about wanting to do that movement. You know, this is where my Level Up program comes into play, because it's customized strength programming for the unique person. You know, we're all uniquely built and wired. We all kind of like get off on different things. And so I focus on the mindful movement programming that can be executed seamlessly, easily, and also with a real high level of client adherence, because I'm choosing the programming, or we're choosing the activities that's best suited for that particular client. And basically the mindful movement programming that I do is to get your body to move optimally, okay? Through both your athletic activities, if you do athletics outside of exercising, and just for activities of your everyday life, grocery shopping, picking up your kids, getting up and off the floor, getting out of bed. It's just exercises that makes you move smarter, okay? Then the third M tackles something that's really hard for a lot of people, myself included. It's moderation. And moderation, when I talk about moderation, I talk about the food you're eating. So now we don't tackle all 3 M's at once when I do a client programming. I'm not trying to throw everything at you. We work at little bits, and we work together to decide what is the easiest step for you to kind of come in and start doing these small little things on a consistent basis that starts to really lay this strong foundation of wellness for your body. So the moderation is something that usually comes in, you know, if a client is willing to work on small little things with their nutrition. So I am currently going through a certification called Moderation 365 with Jill Coleman. She's my coach. She's awesome. And I really resonated with her principles and her groundwork for that amazing food freedom course. And basically it's just through getting out of the diet mindset, eating the same today as you do on Monday, as you do on Saturday, as you do on Christmas, as you do on a special night out. It's just this foundation that for really healthy and sustainable food practices that will keep your hunger, your energy, and your cravings in check. So now a lot of people don't think, they think that because they're not suffering enough, because they're not restricting enough, because they're not white knuckling through a meal plan, that then it's not gonna work. Because for some reason, diet culture has brainwashed into thinking that you really have to be miserable in order to get the results you want. And if you're not, then you're not working hard enough. So the moderation 365 approach is sort of a turnoff for some people, because they're like, I can't get the results I want just eating moderately. I can't get the results I want from not restricting certain food, or from not doing 1,200 calories a day and exercising 2 hours a day. And that is so far from the truth. That's, what society has made us to believe. But how long does that last you, right? That approach, that really extreme restrictive approach. Yeah, anybody can do that for 12 weeks. Maybe you can do it for 6 weeks. Maybe you can do it for 6 months or for the year. But at the end of the day, the diet mentality, or the framework for a diet, it always, always, always will fail, because psychologically and physiologically, we are just not made to ignore our hunger, our energy, and cravings. Like, we have a set point, a sticky point, where yeah, you can white knuckle it up to a certain point, but at the end of the day, your physiology will take over, and you'll end up caving in, eating regular food, going off your diet. And sometimes, because you restrict so hard, that when you come back into a normal pattern of eating, it's way worse off. So the whole moderation 365 approach is just teaching you that if we see food as food is food is food, food is food, no bad food, no good food, no judgment on food, and we allow you to eat all of the things, that you get to a point where your cravings are managed, because your hunger is low, your energy is balanced, and all of that kind of comes into play. So today I'm going to give you 2 tips in terms of my 3M approach. The first tip is mindfulness. The first M, I work with clients. And so what are mindfulness exercises that you can do right now? The first one is called hand play. Excuse me. And it's just basically grasping tightly your hands, okay, for 5 seconds. And then you release. And then you repeat, grasping tightly your hands for 5 seconds. And then you release, and you notice how your hands feel. And you keep your attention for as long as you can on this feeling of grasping and tension and circulation, and then the feeling of release and the flow and the tingliness. So this is a wonderful exercise if you're like feeling really stressed out, or something has happened and you're getting in your head and you're getting like all in, psyched out about something. So you could do this. I call it hand play. It's just a mindfulness exercise to help kind of bring down your anxiety level. Excuse me. Second mindfulness exercise I sometimes include with my clients is a breathing exercise. And basically it's just 1 minute breathing. So you're going to set your watch or your timer for 1 minute, and you're going to do a 4-4-4 method. 4-4-4 method. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And then you repeat. You inhale for 4. Hold for 4. And then you release for 4. Okay? And so you continue that breathing for the full minute. Okay? And so what breathing helps, it's truly the anxiety buster. It can be done anywhere, and you can do it at any time. You can be sitting up, you can be lying down, you could be standing up rather, or sitting down or lying down. And you just start by breathing in slowly, holding, and then exhaling slowly. And again, you just repeat about 4 times. It'll take you for a minute, and it's just allowing you to kind of recenter, re-engage, kind of let your breath flow in and out. And really with our breath, that controls our heart rate. So when we slow our breathing and we space out our inhales and exhales and we hold for a bit, that will actually naturally help us to lower our heart rate. And again, we all know it's related, right? When you get anxiety, you get stressed, your heart rate will increase, the blood flow will pick up, you'll get like really on edge. So that's just a second mindfulness exercise that you can do. And so again, it's all tied into my 3M approach to training a client, to help a client thrive and be at their 100%. First M, mindfulness. Second M, movement, mindful movement. And then the third M, moderation, dealing with the nutrition side of it. So I hope to see you every day for the next 21 days to give you a different tip that I include in my 3M programming with my clients. I am currently taking clients on now for October. My October online coaching program is called Level Up. It is a lean muscle building program, and basically it includes the 3M method built into a customized strength training program for you. So there's a lengthy intake form, we jump on a call, and basically all your workouts are accessed through a software program that I use called True Coach, where there's exercise videos, exercise demos. I have uploads of animal flows that we do, and we switch out every month. Animal flows are great as a warm-up and a cool down. I really am a big believer in dynamic movement and dynamic flows to kind of prime your body before it starts to exercise, and then cooling down using the same type of flow to cool down the body after exercise. So I have the registration link in my bio. If you have further questions, I am free to answer any questions you have. I'm working with women from all over. I have clients in Maryland, in Washington, a lot in Hawaii. And right now my services are online, Zoom, and then through True Coach with Level Up, and then also one-on-one if you are located in Oahu, because they just released outdoor activity for Hawaii for groups of less than 5. So I'm resuming my private clients, which I see face-to-face one-on-one in Honolulu. So if you prefer a little face-to-face interaction, we can chat about how we can get you started. Have a great rest of your week, gang. Stay safe. Try not to sweat the small stuff and stay healthy. Take care.